What is going on YouTube? This is Acidurus. So I'm going to review a 2004 compilation album by AFI based on this particular project. It's called Self-Titled, and it came out in the fall of 2004. Now this is particularly a compilation album brought to you by Nitro Records as far as this particular album within these pitches of like particular fairs that AFI, the band, did between 1996 and 2001, probably right before they got towards like their hit 2003 album Sing the Sorrow. Now it's been a little bit since I touched base with AFI as far as these pitches going to happen. I think I reviewed December Underground back in 2022, and I think I reviewed Sing the Sorrow in like the summer or so 2023, pitch like that. But it's probably been a little bit since then, pitch like that. I may have only truly reviewed 2 AFI type projects, pitch like that. I think there's a chance I might have reviewed AFI's. There's a chance I might have reviewed a 3rd AFI album within these pitches prior to this, but I think within these pitches that may not have happened. So pitches like that, but this is a classic album here within these pitches, being able to say this is a compilation of some of the shit that they did between 96 and 01. So as far as these pitches can happen, it includes like some B-sides and fairs like that, and more kind of trickier to track down type tracks, pitch like that as far as this particular album is within the aspect as far as saying some hit type appeals. Now within the pitches, this is different from like the eras of AFI I'm more familiar with, pitches like that. When you think of some of those type ones like Miss Murder and particular like Miss Murder and Love Like Winter and some of those type ones like that, some of these type pitches and the missing frame, some of these type aspects with a ton of like the particular promotional run of December Underground since the pitch. It feels like almost entirely like a different vocalist as well within these pitches within the full blown type aspect. The commercial type glam factor, this is very much more in the trenches within the aspect of like a hungrier and kind of seedier type aspects of the AFI band as far as these pitches have. They definitely had some breakout kind of star power within those pitches with December Underground from 2006. I think there was also that same sort of glam factor as they got to the commercial scene. But even to take that further within these pitches, really AFI had posted something within now, AFI themselves had said to like their website within pitches like that they kind of felt back and forth within like the product or like the fairs like this particular album coming out. They had said that they felt mildly kind of embarrassed and pitch like that among some of their earlier type material. They wanted to focus on like the current typeness, pitches like that as the fair as far as saying. Now within these pitches, it's kind of aspects as far as saying some hit type appeals. I think within the conduct there's some fairs type here, but I will say within these contexts that they did get more sound within these. It's not to say they didn't have sound before, but it's kind of the pitch that it's kind of within the aspects. The fairs about this particular album, these pitches that even the more recent album from like the year 2000, which would be within these pitches, The Art of Drowning and pitches like that, which was the hit album before Sing the Sorrow, which Sing the Sorrow from 2003 was more or less considered like their debut in terms of like the mainstream type of appeal, was the pitch for us saying that the previous album to that, like particularly the Art of Drowning pitch like that, had the appeals of this being very differential. So the fairs of what 96 to 2001 particular AFI reminds me of is definitely aspects of Green Day, Offspring, and traces of a little bit of grunge in there with like Nirvana and mild kind of Foo Fighters or some of those type pitches amongst them, but just the hype type energy and blitzkrieg typeness with the aspects as far as saying it's very much that barhop typeness when you think of folks like definitely like Offspring from like the Ixnay on the Ombre and the Americana type days pitch like this. Plenty of those type ones. This is a very rave and blitzing type album. This is like breakneck type speeds on here with these pitches as far as being able to say the particular fair about some of this type shit within these pitches. Very much blistering within the aspect. Wholesomely differential by the time they mellowed out more with Sing the Sorrow and especially December Underground says the pitch. So this is just complete, consistent kind of club type aspects, house party type bangs, pitch like that, same type feral type nesses. The product of some of these type fairs, just not terrible much ruminate. One of these type songs I did recommend all 15 songs of this album. I recommend all 15 songs of this album, so this album's going to get a 10 out of 10, but one of which in particular that had some differential typeness, one of the songs of this album that had some differential typeness that varied from the rest of the product of this product here is particularly God Called In Sick Today, which is one of the few type ones. This one has a similarity to like the fashion of System of a Down with songs like Spiders and Toxicity, songs that ones was kind of pitched for us in some of the products. Other than that, that's the only real type one within these pitches that's not within a snap type conduct within these pitches. This is pretty like ballistic within the fairs behind. It's definitely kind of this is speeding ticket type music, and not to say like that as if it's foul within these pitches, but this kind of products for us saying just the aspect of you're going to be on some espressos here and pitches like that with the NC type deals, which is not a problem. I definitely say within these pitches, that's definitely part of the fun when you think of particularly Offspring with Americana and some of those type hit albums like Pretty Fly. some of those type tunes like Pretty Fly for a White Guy and The Kids Aren't Alright and the kids aren't alright and she's got issues since I pitched amongst it. Was the fair as far as saying within the product as far as these pitch can happen. It's very much that frat kind of rock and pitch like that. It's kind of, I mean, it has just more aspects like that particular romping typeness, just campus type fair pitch like that within Sinister Virus. It's not as full bound as if it's campus every single time. It's just the pitch as far as saying just routine kind of bar hops and day drinking pitch like that. Sinister appeals with like some Saturday type music and like house party type bangs pitch like that. Kind of leftover type vibes of Nirvana from 91 to 93, more mixed with like the vibes of like Ixnay on the Ombre by particular Offspring and Americana by Offspring with a little bit of Green Day with Dookie and Insomniac in their pitch like that. So pitch as far as but yeah, I give this album 10 out of 10 pitch like that. So some of these type ones, there wasn't necessarily a single more or less, and I want to say for the most part there weren't truly any new songs. So if I had actually reviewed this particular album, if I had actually particularly reviewed earlier albums by AFI pitches like that, this would be less of a surprise, but I haven't gotten to these particular albums within these fairs just yet, so it's the pitch as far as saying some of those hit type varieties with pitches like that here. Days of the Phoenix is the most popular song off this album according to Spotify, pitch like that. So this is like a particular kind of rock solid venue embellished to get and foot taps as far as these fairs are going to happen. Just round of hot wings, good pitch like that, just in good nice phrase, just amongst like evening scene. Grab Galatea since the products amongst it with Gal Song variety pitch like that. Just some lax chat to kind of get towards pitch like that. So it's kind of the variety of this, something to kind of just sink into like the booth seats, some of these type of ordeals pitch like that amongst some of these hit type appeals to just getting towards the product. It's not so much within the aspect of like the imperativeness within the aspect as far as like the variety of getting towards the spice of it, but just being raving ferocious as hell, but just kind of pitch it, just the more relaxed type vibes than the pitch it, just kind of when more fairs like chill kind of get thrown around pitches like that, talking about chill vibes and some of those type pitches kind of aspects as far as some of those type varieties where it's not just wired up as fuck pitches like that, wired up AF, so instead of pitches amongst it's kind of fair as far as just saying simple type, just easy going type day, so instead of pitches just more in a steadfast type tone, not so much lazy with the aspect, but just kind of not within the aspect of like on a pedestal and doing the most as far as these physical elements. It's not to say with the aspect of this being like antisocial, but it's just the pitch as far as saying with them probably this kind of this lax chest pitch like that, a simple type foot tap kind of night pitch like that. Sounds like fairs, but just good nice pitches. Grab Galatea, something that pitch good nice fairs. Other type products standard. Good chill dap with pals pitches like that, some hit type varieties. The other type one off that particular album, which is the newest one, and this goes in like a backwards order with things pitched like the album type format within the track list. It goes from Art of Drowning from the year 2000 to Very Proud of You from 1996 to the oldest songs are at the end of the album, but pitched like that. So there's two from the most recent on here within this album type fair, which is the Art of Drowning. So say the Lost Souls is one of those type ones as well. So the Lost Souls is like a good Green Day and Offspring style, kind of go ham to get pitched like that. Just pound shots definitely, just occasionally I'd say just some good enjoy. So the pitch as far as saying, there's plenty of these type ones on here pitched like that. This particular fair within these pitches, like within the pitch as far as saying this sort of aspect as far as getting towards this plenty of these type ones within the aspect of this bar hopping and standard fairs. So this like particularly to think of songs like Pretty Fly for a White Guy, pitches like that by Offspring, so it's a pitch just amongst that type variety, just getting the shots in your system, really getting towards the crunk type facet, probably having to watch your weight limit within these fairs for the pitch, just talking about like drink type fairs and this pitch like that. These are some of these type ones that the Bonanza gets pretty out of control, I'd say, with these pitch. Not to say like that's a problem, but this pitch to something to pay attention to. So these can just be ballistic one after the other. It's pretty carnivorous type fair pitch like that. The Winter's Tale is the next one from these pitches. This is particularly from Days of the Phoenix. It's particularly from the Days of the Phoenix EP pitch like that. It's like a good bout of post-hour kind of sunshine to get to here pitch like that. Just feeling the breeze, I'd say. Just grab like some Gardettos. It's kind of a park fit. So kind of the fairs out in the fray, pitches like that, sometimes hit type rise. So kind of pitch like a romping type tune, but just more with the pitch of having like a destination. Sometimes the fair is just picking up like a bottle of Bacardi. Sometimes the pitch is going to go get tore up. Sometimes the aspects and tone, just snack run type fair pitch like that. Sometimes type varieties, whether or not it's car centric or just the pitch of just on foot type fair, just kind of pitches some of these type varieties, just picking up like the standard supply and shit like that. As far as you're supposed to have just making a beeline for a park or some of these type places within legality, kind of get some fashion, so like some crunkness going. Good, nice, enjoy the neighborhood, just soaking the breeze. Soaking the breeze and soaking the sun as far as these fairs can have within these excellent type pitches, so excellent type ordeals. The next couple of songs are from All Hollows EP from 1999, some good nice pitches. Total Immortals, one of these type ones. Total Immortals, like an initial and vanilla, kind of late 90s, kind of bar hop soak in to get to within these products. Is Hollows, I definitely say here's some pitches like that. See what's up with your folks. Some of these divas within these pitches, as far as these products can have them, just good nice pairs like typical kind of frat noise. Feeling Candid, I definitely say here, just chirping folks within these products, just getting some folks in motion to get towards this product, just being like, hey, this is where it's going down. Some of these pitches, it's about to go down. Some of these baskets and tones, as far as this pitch can have them, just get towards it. GDFR sends a pitch amongst it within these aspects going down for real as far as this pitch comes. So within aspects as far as saying, let's get towards the product here. Now this one's not as crazy as full bound as like particularly the Lost Souls, but it's good nice pitches getting towards some of these type ones. So it's kind of pitches some of those type fashions amongst it. Definitely like it's basically Offspring to a T pitch like that. Some of these banging type ones. So it's good nice pitch. It just kind of a bass guitar type groove with them pitch like that. Really get towards the crunk type fashion. Good pitch like that. Fall Children's a hitting type one as well. It's like a get hammered and cut loose to get here pitch like that. This mess hall kind of unleash, I'd say. This buck wild kind of fraternized definitely within these pitches, and Stoke Gal on top of that. So some of these type pitches within these products, it's kind of the product definitely easy enough with your pads as far as these pitches can have them to really get towards the facet of just getting the tear type fashions going pitch like that, but also within the pitch of just Stoke and Gallop, some of these pitches, what's up with you, hot shots, some of these pairs good pitch like that, but just the hit type feel, this aspect as far as getting towards the aspect with some of these type tones is kind of, you about to kill it tonight, some of these type pitches kind of product, just whether or not it'd be like around the darts or air hockey, some of these pitches, or bowling, some of these rounds pitch like that. Now probably not as much full bound type bowling pitch like that, but just some of these type varieties, just extra type fairs with them pitches like billiards halls, probably extra type fairs kind of halfway playing like some pool games and pitch like that, some of these varieties, but just wings nearby, pool halls, some of these pitches, darts, some of these pitches, good aspects amongst them, but just get gal stoked up, some of this type. Get gal stoked up and folks stoked up, pretty good pitches, just buck wild. Carnage gets buck wild pitch like that, hit type phrase, a pitch like that. Next project here within these pitches would be Black Sails in the Sunset. This is a good nice one here. This has some good nice pitches amongst it. Good nice one to be on for, in my opinion, would be God Called In Sick Today pitch like that. But I'm gonna talk about the prayer position first. The prayer position. I'm going to talk about the prayer position first. The prayer position is like a flared up kind of bullpit, blow off steam as far as these fish can have them. Just hot pockets and rants and stuff rise amongst it. Just kind of a raving ass night as far as these fish can go. So plenty of these type ones pitch like that. These come by the megaton. Good to get several blitzing type ones like this as far as these pitches can have. So accent type pitches, kind of some house party type bang pitches like that. Some type ordeals. Some of these type pitches, long winded type fairs within these aspects as far as like the blitzkrieg typeness kind of gets towards happening. Extracurricular kind of venue noise and pitches like that, but also within pitch of just more home type fits within these pitches, kind of almost dungeon type music, but just kind of within the fair, just like collect, getting into like the meat of the evening as far as these pitches have some good accent pitches like that, accent type fairs. God Calling Sick Today is a real hit time one, like I was saying, it's a good nice one to beeline for a pitch like that. It's like a bruised and kind of sewed like, and by sewed I mean System of a Down like kind of toxicity and spiders like malaise, good pitch like that here. So particularly this came out in 1999, this particular product came out, like particularly Black Sails in the Sunset came out in 1999, so that was right after System of a Down's mid-late 1998 album, yeah, summer of 1998 album pitch like that, within those appeals that had sugar and spiders on there and war and some of those type ones like that. It's good, nice toxicity and spiders malaise definitely get towards this very similar passion to definitely like a carbon. Good offshoot of spiders for around that time pitch like that. Just some sun gaze kind of get towards here. Just good, nice one to toke if you use some of these type pitches amongst it. In these pitches, it also reminds like more recent type times from System of a Down, like Lonely Day and some of pitch amongst it. But it's just good, nice pitches for that typical kind of sun gaze type one to kind of get in like the post hour, just in a more gloomid type sense. Good pitch like that, hit type appeals. Lower, it's a nice one as well. It's like a good traffic and errand run to kind of get. Just pick up like some manwich, tortilla sensitive aspects within the tone, good aspects like that. Just get some air definitely within these pitches amidst the price. This one's kind of within the package of some of these type fares. This is kind of a more dark. The particular album, Black Sails in the Sunset's kind of a more murky type album pitch like that. I do like the fairs, like the particular bruisedness with this one. It's just a lot. Has some good compositions here, like the post hour type fit within these pitches, similar to Spiders by System of a Down and God Called In Sick Today. And then like the bullpit type noise for like the meat of the night pitch like that, just kind of in a more it's a more testosterone kind of buck wild type sense. It's for some raving typeness. And lower, it's just good, nice fairs. Lower, it's like a good traffic and air. Get some air definitely, some of these that pitch, one of the aspects. Yeah, pick up manwich and tortillas pitch like that. Get some air within these products for us. These pitch can have them just got done. Some of these products within the pitch I just like the particular aspect to like fares kind of listen to within these pitches are probably 5:30 p.m., 4:30 p.m. pitch like this. Since the fares, it's a good, nice one to get a grip and pitch like that. It's kind of the grip of like the day. It's kind of the reality of good, nice fares. Get a grip on the day, pitch like that. Figure out the next mode as far as these pitch happens. So it's kind of conduit type fare for just the grip of like, all right, past the SW type mode, time for some next moves. So things pitch for us like the product's gonna happen. This is just kind of fair. So some of those type pitches, God called in sick today is more like the malaise type fashion, like a bruise kind of Monday or Tuesday. This particular one lower is kind of within the fares of just like modes. Probably be within the same fashion of the week, but it's kind of varies. So like, all right, this is Thursday type fare with some of these type pitches. Just figuring out the most like what's going to happen with these pitches, or possibly was in those gulag type fares amongst it. Then got a phone call and things kind of did a 180 pretty quickly. So there's a pitch amongst it. Just kind of varies as far as saying homies came through and saved the day pitch like that with some hit type appeals. So just two good post hour type ones. God called two post-hour type ones, God called in sick today, and lower with these pitches. Just good, nice aspects pitch like that for like some traffic gulag pitches like that, and then a nice dungeon type tune within the aspect like some alt metal typeness with the prayer position. The next product is Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes from 97 as far as these first can happen, one of which is a single second. So this is a nice one. It's like a raving kind of bar hop cut loose to get this Nirvana mixed with it's like Nirvana mixed with Offspring, I'd say, pitch like that. This wired, definitely, I'd say, just burned through several hot wings, pitch like that, some type of ordeals. Goes in pretty good combination with the Lost Souls and pitch like that. This typical kind of pound shots like the bar sense I pitch amongst it. Definitely get Blitzkrieg pitch like that, some hit type of appeals. Third season is hitting as well within these aspects, like a getting hype, about to pick up like some gin and vodka, sense to pitch amongst the gins and vodka, sense affairs amongst that particular fray. Just waiting for a pizza within these products as well. If you ordered pizza, sense affairs tech and going, sense that pitch just the kind of aspects. Some of y'all folks kind of out in the front yard pitch like that, waiting for the pizza guy to get here. Since I pitch just kind of in between type conduit type fares, but yeah, Tekken's on. Since I pitch extra price like that, just kind of some time waste. Some of these type fares amongst it, Tekken time waste and just standard time waste pitch like this. Some of these type fares kind of the pitch of this. Kind of gave me like some pending type vibes and pitch like that, possibly about to go in like a pot run within these pitches, within the legality of it, since the fares, but it's kind of aspects, some of these type varieties. It's kind of some bubblers, kind of get towards to get the excitement and the exhilaration going, pitch like this, and it's type hit type varieties, good pitch like that. Now, then these fares I'm going to talk about, very proud of you with these pitches. These kind of happen a little bit out of order, one of which, like particularly the Days of the Phoenix EP kind of happened after like Art of Drowning, which that one happened. Art of Drowning was from 2000, Days of the Phoenix EP was from 2001. It's the same thing. Answer That and Stay Fashionable from 95 is kind of interspersed with like the Very Proud of You from 96. So I'm going to talk about Very Proud of You first, and I'll talk about Answer That and Stay Fashionable. But Very Proud of You, four songs from this project, so one of which is He Who Laughs Last. It's like a good, rowdy, and gnarly kind of evening scene bop to get towards your pitch like that. Just smoke a few, I'd definitely say. Just the memes are getting louder since that pitch is amongst it. So plenty of these type ones. This is definitely just like a single second Lost Soul since the pitch is a good, nice phrase to like that typical kind of day drinking bar hop type carnage pitch like that since the fair. Definitely get some smokes in your system on top of that. Doesn't have to be all just drink type fair since the pitch is. Good, nice phrase. Perfect fits a hitting type one as well as like a rolling around and leftover kind of utilities get towards your pitch like that. Is productive and efficient, I'd say. Just has some Gardettos long for the fray pitch like that. Miss these commerces and some of these type fairs of the journey pitch like that since the bass. It's just a lit type song. So these particular phrases just staying so perfect fit is some of these hit type phrases just staying apt to like the work shift as far as these phrases can have some accent within these pitches as far as the variety kind of happens. Just getting just the product just clean type fit within the aspect of just like transaction and getting like the particular bustle type fare taken care of. So leftover type phrase, getting the chores done pitch like that, pick up some utilities. Napkins and paper plates, pitches like that, sentence hit type right, sentence type pitches. Rolling balls to hit type one as well as like an on a favor run, kind of doing solids and come throughs as far as these pitches go. So solids for the homies, come throughs for the gals, pitch like that, sentence type first where you're just kind of amidst some of that within these pitches. Just got to get some fares within the aspect of just being amidst like the reliability factor in pitch like that. Just mixed drinks in hand for some of these type phrases to just get into a product. Now if you don't have to drive pitch like that, some of these type phrases just on foot type phrases to getting some of that product taken care of just amidst the embark of a pitch like that. Good nice fair to grab donuts along the way on top of that. So good nice pitches to just get the hup and hop towards it with some of these type. So just get the hup and hop towards it as far as these pitch come, just from the aspect just like the favorite type tones and just the pitch of being handy and pitches like that, since hit type aspects. So this definitely comes through in the pinch for like these hit type prices, like house party type bangs, and this overall collects for us these first comes. So just from the pitch now, then the factor of having like the car type fashion of it as well, good nice pitches for some of these type pairs that just getting towards the product of this, getting towards it, then good welcome mat of like some tear up kind of happening as well with these pitches, but this kind of aspect either type way is getting towards the product of like some embarks pitches like that. Who Said You Can Touch Me is a hitting type 1. Now within these aspects, this is more house party type bang. This is kind of within a similar type fashion within certain type senses to Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy, some type pitch. Definitely the aspect of like particular kind of more localized type fashion, like some localized type fashion and some occasioning pitches like that. This particular song is like a hype kind of bull pit and house party kind of blitzkrieg get towards here pitch like that. It's definitely like a hype kind of bull pit and house party kind of blitzkrieg get towards here pitch like that. Just some loud pack, I definitely say. Just dance styles definitely them pitches, some stuff there. So it's kind of get towards the product. Just a rumble, some stuff pitches get bust a move, get these torque fests going, some stuff pitches amongst it. Just really get the bottles pops and pound some shots, good pitch like that. Just head bang definitely with these pitches. Definitely a real excellent headbang type song within these pitches. Just get back to some of those type varieties, good pitches like that. And the last song to talk about on here is I Want to Get a Mohawk, but Mom Won't Let Me Get One within these pitches. And that's particularly from Answer That and Stay Fashionable as far as these pitches can happen. This particular one is nice on these pitches as well. It's like a typical kind of post hour gulag getting like a good stoke kind of bang, I'd say. Some stuff aspects on pitch just whiz through RV, some stuff appeals, just going through drive through real fast, some stuff pitch just kind of within tone, pick up frappes for gals, some stuff pitch amongst it. Good nice pitches, get some homies. Come through with some McDonald's and Arby's for pals as far as these pitch count, but just the aspect like some of these type fairs is kind of particular tone of just more kind of break free pitch like that. Some of these type fairs, but just kind of in a breakneck kind of punk type sense. Punk hardcore is that's the subgenre that Wikipedia says about this album is punk hardcore, and it's within these pitches as far as saying then the particular aspect of just the particular tone of just getting like that fashion something for 4 o'clock 5 o'clock p.m. just sunsetting early kind of sunset type hours pitch like that, but just more within a rave kind of Offspring type sense as the pitch as far as some of those type ones. So you are going to be wired to this particular album as far as this particular album. So just pitch for us in. So I'm gonna. It's a good, nice product pitch like that. So just within the phrase for us saying, so 10 out of 10 out with these pitches here as far as the product's going to happen. So score I'm going to go ahead and give more or less, I'd say, within the product either a 9.75 or 10 out of 10. Now the hit type appeal amongst this album, these hits are all pretty quality within pitches like that. The speed of the sound's real blistering. The aspect of like the fair and the socialized, the energy, some of these type varieties amongst it. The kind of fraternizes on here, the chat type factor, the simping, some of the products within pitch like that. Get gal stokes, a good nice beard to have some of that on top of that is just kind of have the excitement factor where divas are probably going to be excited on top of that, just where it's going to be mad cheesing and squeals as far as these pitch can have within the aspect for us like the pairs can have, just the glee factor just being up and cranked to 11 pitch like this is the hit type as far as saying just the excitement factor. So these type pitches get the meme packs going, good standard goodies like tortillas and salsa and manwich, since the pairs gin, some of these type pairs gins and vodkas pitch like that, since it type feels this pitch like that. I miss like some favor runs and solids pitch like that and come through since that pitch. So it's kind of aspects for us saying just plenty of collect pitch like that. So I'm gonna say 10 social. And the aspect there wasn't a single, nor was there any original songs, but it's kind of pitch for us saying I don't think that holds this project back. Just the only other fair about it is just the pitch that this band, particularly AFI, was not as fond full band amongst this, but it's been 22 years since that particular happened. They might be more fond of it nowadays, but it's just the pitch for us saying it's just not on the seemingly full bound type right page with them, at least back in those particular days. But it's the pitch for us saying this classical material is just more the fact that I think they probably believe that they outstripped these particular days from like the 90s and 2000s by far within those pitches. But it's kind of the product that in certain senses that could be true within these pitches, considering that they started to chart full bound with their 2003 album Sing the Sorrow, and then expanded way further with like December Underground from 2006. But it's kind of pitch for us saying these ones are not necessarily things to sneeze out within these pitches. These have some bang type ones, but it's just a different sound. This is differential. This is more within the Offspring and Green Day type sense, the alternative rock, just within a breakneck type speed. So it's a good another subgenre for AFI as far as these pitches can happen. But I do also like the vibes that they had. I don't remember Sing the Sorrow as much because I haven't purchased that one, but I do know December Underground pretty well enough within pitch, at least the 3 singles since the pitch, so I need to fuck with that album way more than pitch like that. But the pitch for us saying the 2006 one definitely had a pretty signature type sound that was banging. They were definitely more emo on that particular album. That one was kind of an emo type bang that was kind of like a cousin within like a secondary kind of like further type helpings of 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge and American Idiot by Green Day and My Chemical Romance. As far as the space albums, definitely good pitches within some of those type of 2000s kind of emo elite and pitches like that. Was the Ferris Pro saying this is more within like that late 90s kind of frat rock and kind of more campus kind of bar house pitch like that, like Offspring and definitely like Offspring, Green Day, and Weezer in certain senses as well, pitch like that. But hit type appeals to aspects like that. So 10 social, to be able to say banging typeness. In terms of the future, not as full bound sure what AFI has been full bound up to. I'm going to look that up. They dropped an album in 2025 as far as these pitches go. So acting type pitches getting towards some of these type ones. I'm going to start to catch up with them a lot more within these pitches as far as the variety kind of happens, getting towards some of these within pitches like that. Some banging type ones kind of get towards. Gonna decide which direction I'm gonna go in with the AFI pitches like that. But it's a good kind of like it's a good, nice recap and pitches like that for some of these varieties. Some bangers that AFI had in like their early days, pitches like that. Definitely classic type ordeal, pitches like that. Some blistering typeness, this breakneck type speeds, pitches like that. This good frat type noise, romping, campus type fair, pitches like that. Get some shots in your system. Stoke out, pitches like that. Since the varieties get some Arendine and favors thrown in within these pitches for us to probably like the blistering typeness. This overall classic.